First one is the status code. Yeah. So this status code will give you okay. So this status message, I was little puzzled. It is giving which API I'm hitting actually. Hmm. So it's hitting exact target, integration, WSDL, which is SOAP API, and execute response. This is the API which is getting the status message. Oh no, no, sorry. This is not the status message. This is the event posted. The status message is the event posted. What is happening? The error code here is 0. Yesterday I was trying something. This is status code. Just a minute. This the response. Here I missed something was the response. So this the response status. यहाँ से और easily दिखेगा. Wait a minute. The request ID I can also get the request ID, but this is the status code, which is okay. This is the status message, which is event posted. And if you do the error code, it will be this one 0. I'll only focus on this one where is the status code. If the status code is okay, then I have actually successfully submitted the subscriber into all subscriber and make it inactive, unsubscribed. If I get a response. But if let's say b2.sasi is already unsubscribed and I'm again trying it, hitting it. So what message do I get is this one. This message gets error and event posted, and this is 12,012. So what is 12,012? Let's see here. 12,012. The subscriber has already been master unsubscribed from. Basically, what I'm trying till now is to get this message. If I, instead of getting the error code, if I get this message, the subscriber has already been master unsubscribed from the system. So it is already there, already unsubscribed. So I'm getting this error. Just not the error code. If I even get the error message, that is more easy. I have the error code anyway. I was trying to add the overall status also. Here I saw the overall status. Okay, overall status was okay, but in the AMPscript, when I was trying to do the overall status, I removed that code anyway. This was okay. Posting was okay. This became null. Only the status became okay. And here then they gave the message saying that I tried to execute this one and the property name overall status is not in the system. What I'm trying to basically not confuse you people, what I'm trying to say is just copy pasting the code will not work, right? You have to basically do a proper testing when you're writing a code. So I have been testing. So if any positive flow happens, this is the message that you're getting. If anything other than that is happening, I'm getting this one. Okay, so just simply I'm saying if I'm trying this one with Sasi Bhusan, Sasi that I added one. Okay, then definitely I copied that code also. What I'll get is this error message. This subscriber not found. The error code will be 212,001. So this one I'll get this one. I just simply do this. So this will be error. I don't know the message. I have to validate it. And the error code will be this one. 12,001. Are you people following what I'm trying to help you out with when you're writing AMPscript? Because it's not simply a lookup or a lookup rows or something. You're trying to invoke an API. And when you invoke an API, you'll get a lot of responses based on the data or the payload that you're passing. Are you people confused or you are clear with what I'm saying? Is Bablu there?
Yeah, Sasi. Sasi, I'm little confused with this particular API, calling the API object and all using this invoke function. But I'm actually I'm little new to this AMPscript, so I just want some time. Like I need to go through the video, then again I need to actually understand from the beginning. Okay. So, but yeah, whatever you're telling, I'm understanding a little bit. But since like I'm not using the AMPscript lot, so I need to go through the videos again to regather everything.
No problem. No problem. Go slow. Okay, but learn properly.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Sumit?
Yeah. So I feel I'm able to catch most of the things. What I feel sometimes that like you are telling all this example, it would be so perfect. I know you're putting so much of effort. If somehow we can manage a kind of a test account, and if we can see it live, because then we would be able to even completely relate to these things. Because currently it's like, okay, I understand what you're trying to do here, how these functions are going to work, but we don't know how exactly it is going to appear if I'll try to do it in a live environment. So yeah, that's what
I understand. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Obviously, the visualization is more important. If yesterday I was too tired, this week I'm too tired, taking a screenshot and show you to all, but yeah, it's not possible. I missed that one. But definitely, I'll try to. If even if I don't get the instance, I'll try to show you visually also. What that happens? Write the code. You already have the code. You have the code here. See here in this block, right? In this block, I have given the code. I'm adding more. See, whenever I write something, I do more things into it. Ashish, I know you are having issue with that MC snippets.
No, sir.
Was that sorted out?
Yeah.
I'm not asking you all to basically, be a master in this. What I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say is, when you're learning, you have to basically sit down and start writing. And I see a lot of people don't follow this. Okay, and not blaming you all. I'm saying even they simply copy this line of code till here, and they just put the status and everything, but they are not validating. What happened with the subscriber? Was he really unsubscribed? How you will come to know? You're just writing an AMPscript. Okay, I'll try to again explain this. See, here you're assigning the values. You're getting from the cloud page, and from the cloud page post, you're using get request. You're doing the and then assigning the values. Hmm. You can have subscriber key, email address, job ID, batch ID, blah blah blah. You are creating an object. Yeah, this is little. It's not very easy to digest this for the new people who are doing with AMPscript. Okay, they are not familiar with all these AMPscript objects. Go slow. Initially copy paste. Yeah. Then what you do? Add your few inputs like how I input here is. I also copy. See, I'm not denying I know it. What I'm saying is I also simply copy pasted here. I'll show you. Even if you see the variable like LUE prop, I didn't even modify. It means I was also new to this, and I could have said here instead of LUE property, I could have considered as API property. Understand? You and me are in the same phase if you agree to it. I'm also not that master in saying this. I also copy from somewhere, then I add more thing to it. That's how I learn. Here you have how many objects you are creating. If I just see create object, okay, 1, 2, 3. The first object that I created is execute request, and inside this execute request, I need to pass the property. So property is the API property, and the API property also need to have this key value pair. So if I have to add, let's say, I'll just copy this blog. I've tried to define the comment that basically helps people to understand. So instead of here, what I'll do is, if I have to add another property, so this will be email address. So the spelling has to be correct. The property name has to be correct. So here, if you see, I don't know, here they have email property, but here I can see you have the here. This is the subscriber key. This is the email address. So here I copy the email address and I say email address. So the spelling is correct. Then if I'm passing here, definitely I have to pass email address also. So I'll say value as this one, set this as email address. So copy this to make it simple, and I'll make this small e. This is how I'm passing it. If I have to pass again job ID, again I'll copy this blog, okay, add it down. Then here, instead of email address, okay, you see here, if I have to pass job ID, so this is job ID. I'll say job ID, and just for example, I'm hard coding here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This way. So this is how you need to understand key value pair. Then add that object into the array item of this LUE. LUE is the API. This logon sub event ka API property. LUE. This is the name. This is the name. Okay. This is the property, and this is the logon sub event. So obviously, digesting everything at a go is not easy, but take a small step, you learn. So for me, just to unsubscribe, I don't require this. So I didn't add it all this. But if any exception occurs, definitely I'm going to add them to the exception. So going back here, what I did, see, I simply did this and I was checking at the responses. Error. If there is an error, what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to basically not simply write, okay, instead of this is so let's not make complicated. So I'll simply remove this. Here I have, and here what I can do is I can do insert data. Okay, and from the insert data, what I'm going to do is, so this is on subscription, so I'll create a log d. Okay, and then I'm going to add all these values. What are the responses? So first will be for whom is for subscriber key. So I'll have a D. I'll try to create a blog on this also. If I get some time, I'm a little occupied nowadays, but I wanted to create a blog for people to understand this. So this will be subscriber key. Okay. So similarly, I can add all this also. So the status code in the D, I'll have another attribute called status code. Then I'll add the status code, and let's say status. And to define my structure the similar way how I'm doing. Okay, the data extension. This is the status, and let's say this is the status. What I'm making is troubleshooting. I'm making the troubleshooting easy. And the error. Then also, I always follow the what is this is created date. Another attribute called created date in my log. So, and here I can pass it now when this record was created. So here also, if say somebody tomorrow, the person says, I had unsubscribed, I click on the link, but it was not basically unsubscribed, right? So I can go to this data extension called unsubscribe log d and go by the date. I can filter by the date, and I can see whether what happened, if there was any error that had occurred for that particular user or not. So that way I can basically troubleshoot if my code is working properly or not. These are very simple. But what I also do is here sending the error message if there is an error message, or if I have to display if the status, I said here, if the status is okay, then it simply means it was executed properly. But you also have this is the person was already unsubscribed. So 2012 is not an error. Basically, he said he's already unsubscribed, so we are not doing anything. So all those mechanism handling can be done. Am I going little abroad, or you people are following me? Again, see, I'm very troubled to help you out with this. What I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I'm able to get it. Uh, but to tell you honestly, I'm still looking at that SSJS function, and I hope you're not telling anything about that, because I can get what you're trying to do through insert data. You're trying to get the data for all those unsub. Even if there is error, it is going to capture that error with the date. So I'm able to understand that part, but not the last part, the script part. But I believe we can ignore for now.
No problem. I'll try. I'll see one more time. See, I know. Obviously, everything capturing in a Go is little difficult. But I'm saying is, you simply forget this line for a timing. Okay. Now, what I said was, if I simply do this, I'm simply doing this is, if I'm following a positive path, where means the subscriber key that you're passing is correct, no error is going to happen, right? And everything is working like a honky dory. Now, if somehow something troubles, right? Here the error, the subscriber key that you are passing, okay? Because in HTML, you might have missed, like say, if I, when I was typing and I added subscriber key 1 here, right? So this is basically giving you an error. Actually, you're passing some wrong value. Or let's say you're doing this one is subscriber key. You're passing some wrong value when you're basically writing a code in HTML. Some human error might occur. Now, when you're having a you're creating an error, how you will basically troubleshoot this? The way to troubleshoot is here. So anytime, what I'm going to do is, here I'm invoking the API, right? After invoking the API, these lines, okay, the response that I'm getting after invoking the API, I'm assigning to a variable and then inserting to a data extension. So this way, you're in a very good position to understand whether the particular subscriber actually unsubscribed from the data extension, from that all subscriber or not. If you're this status, okay, if you go to the data extension and say if that status is okay, then it was successful. There was another condition where I was talking about was this 12,012. It means 12,012. It means the person was already unsubscribed. So you're trying it for the second time. Somebody clicks on the link twice. So they are going to get an error. Now this This one you also have to handle it. What also happened is I see the subscriber key not found. So when you're adding the subscriber key, and if it's not found, you might find saying that 12,015. The subscriber key was not there. Or you'll say subscriber key not found, 1201. So this is how you basically you'll try to understand here, this one. So for me, if I'm writing any big AMP script, right, like say unsubscribe or doing something, I'll always have one. If I'm calling an API, I'll always going to capture the responses, and I'm always going to have logged it into a data cleanser. So I'll stop here. I'll basically see. I'll stop this और बोलता हूँ कुछ